Good morning, everybody. How are you? I am Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, this is a channel primarily about cross stitch and quilting and whatever I find myself getting into. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I greatly appreciate all of you, and I hope you like what you see. Today is Tuesday, February 25th. I'm lucky I know what day it is. It's been quite a month in our house. My grandson, who many of you know lives with us, lives with us. At the beginning of the month, came home, got up on a Monday morning, felt really good, came home, seemed a little out of it, went to his Boy Scout meeting, and just collapsed. So what is it? It's the flu. So he was out of school Tuesday, Wednesday. They had a snow day Thursday, and he was out Friday. And then the 8th, I got up, felt really good, went to a quilt fabric sale, went to Target, went to the groceries, came home, and I was like, I'm going to go sit in my chair. What is it? It's the flu. I totally, the flu shot went off my radar this year, and it's because I'm not teaching anymore. I know that in the fall, I said I'd like to get my flu shot. They said we don't have them yet, and it flew out. I get it that some people don't agree with the shot. That's okay. Knock yourself out. I know some people live by the shot. I don't want to say live and die. I've only ever had problems with it once. That was my very first one. So, needless to say, I've put a reminder in my phone for next fall, flu shot. And yeah. And it's still impacting me. You can tell by my voice. I still have that weird cough. But yeah, I even went in to the doctor and they did an x-ray to make sure it wasn't pneumonia. Because I've had pneumonia twice. And the second time I had it was on top of the flu. So, this may be a short video, and it's because the last couple weeks I have had very little energy, mojo, whatever. I'll tell you how bad it was. I slept through the Super Bowl. All I know is the Eagles won. I have no idea what happened in the game. So, yeah. So that's been my life. I did manage the next Sunday, the 16th, to come out here in the sewing room and cull some charts. I have a crate. No, I shouldn't say a crate. I have a paper box of charts that are on the I don't know if I'm ever going to stitch this list, because I don't know if I ever will. But I reserve the right to pull them back out. You know, if you've been watching me for a while, you know I tend to gravitate toward the big ones. And so some of the smalls came out, and my friend Lee, you know, we were Zooming, whatever you want to call it, while I was doing that. And she's like, well, that would make a good, and that would make, I'm like, yeah. So what I was doing, if you can see, where are they? Here. I was organizing my charts by designer and binders. I know, I'm disorderly, but it was driving me insane because I had like a binder full of Scarlet House and then a couple more in another binder, and I had this and that and the other. So some of these binders are totally one designer, like this blue one right here is Brenda Gervais. And the red one is Little House Needleworks. Now, this big green one up here is Hands Across the Sea. And then there's one on the other side of that shelf that has about 3, 6, 9, 11 different designers because I only have 1 or 2 charts by each one of them. I still have a whole pile that I haven't organized yet. But it was driving me insane. Now, that job in itself, I spent all day. I moved real slow, and it wiped me out. So anyway, take care of yourself. Pace yourself. If you get this flu, it's wicked. All right, I'm just saying. It's wicked. All right. So on top of that, I put my shop on vacation for a while. I wasn't sewing anything, and even the motivation to come out here and fill an order was not there. And so I decided I just needed to take a break. So my plan is this week to start working on some bags to get in the shop and see what I can do. I still get a little winded, and that bothers me a lot. Not just, bother me that I get winded, but it just frustrates me. That's the word. All right, so what have you been up to? That's enough of my life. I hope everybody's well. Hope you've been stitching. If you've gotten snow and you just, hibernate on a snow day and stitch, I hope you had fun. I know that Steph, the New England Stitcher, she said she finally got a snow day. I don't know if our weather has changed for the better. It's, we're having a heat wave here, people. We're getting the 50s. All right. We hit the 50s yesterday. But we've had a blizzard as late as the middle of March. So, whatever. Can't control it. Don't worry about it. All right, so let's start with my book, my planner book. I used the planner from Lori at My Crazy Life. Lori, if you are interested. She has an Etsy shop. She has a Flosstube. You can take a screenshot. I've gone through this planner before. I'm not going to do a whole lot of highlighting. Like I said, February is boring. And you can see that. Flu, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying I didn't try, but, whatever. Did have a new start or two. So, there we go. I mean, I was losing track of days and everything. I didn't spin the wheel, my Tiny Decisions wheels. Like, no wheel spin, not happening. So, there's my book. I have no finishes. I have no fully finishes. I have about 3 or 4 maybe that I pulled out and worked on. I have a couple pieces of haul, and that's it. So, first thing I'm going to start with is my new start. I put it in my bird portfolio that I made. Sort of one of my experiments. So this is one I've had in my stash for a while, and I needed a good reason to pull it out. My friend Kara, hi Kara, is she recently celebrated her birthday. I'm sure it was her 29th. And she's like, I want to start something for my birthday. And so we talked, and how about His Eyes on the Sparrow by Heartstring Samplery. Big, okay, big. It's 435 by 363. And if you look at it, you can see the motifs, they mirror each other. So it's symmetrical. All right, from top to bottom. And it takes quite a bit of floss. So there you go, Weeks Dye Works, Gentle Arts. So I had pulled things and, you know, I didn't pay attention to the ones that said 2. So I did not have 2 of the Country Redwood. And I'm not going to order a skein of floss and pay $5 shipping on 1 skein of floss. And I really didn't need anything else. And I wasn't going to go shopping under the influence of the flu. So I decided, here's my flosses. Okay. There we go. Very pretty. So here is, I think I still have it in here. Where did you go? All right, so here's Country Redwood. All right. Yes, it's variegated. It's pretty. I pulled DMC 221. This is the red for the Prairie Schooler Santas. It's really not that much of a difference. And the red is mostly like in the apples. There's a couple red birds. The flowers around the outside. I mean, there's red throughout it. Now, does that mean I won't use the variegated in the inner motifs, like on the apples? I might. But I didn't want to use the variegated on the flowers around the outside and then run out and then end up with a different dye lot. And I knew I wasn't going to order anything from some place that had Country Redwood. So anyway, and so here's what I did. Let's back up. This is on 36 count doubloon by Picture This Plus. It calls for 28 count. Now, this is a half yard. I tried to see if I had something that would take it down to a quarter, and I did not. To get this on a quarter yard, you'd need to go to 46 count. And I didn't have anything that I wanted to use. So I stuck with my 36 count because I had bought it for this chart. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to use it. So here we go. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it or not because I can't see what you see. I am all the way across the top with the border. All right, so I'll bring it in. Bring it in. So you can see that I did a few of the flowers. And honestly, I don't think they look bad. Now, I can always go back and I can tear those out, frog those out, whatever you want to call it, and use the Country Redwood if I so choose. I wanted to do the 2 or 3 flowers, A, to add some color, and B, to see how the DMC would look. Am I disappointed? No. Would I like the variegation? Sure. I don't know what I'm going to do. I do know that I'm getting really tired of Oscar green, but you know what? I want to make sure this border goes and that it matches. So I am all the way across the top. This is the corner. I have the fronds done. Fancy word. Yes. So that's where I am on His Eyes on the Sparrow. Now, I know that, I don't know if, I think it's probably the newer version, but it comes in like a half size chart thing. You know, like this size, okay? I also know that on Heartstrings website, you can get a PDF, and it's a color PDF, because this is, are you ready? I'll show you the alphabet. What's an alphabet? It's a black and white chart. All right. I thought about going back and buying the PDF, and I thought, no, I'm going to do okay. I mean, if I get to the inner motifs and it starts to get a little, you know, then I may. So, His Eyes on the Sparrow by Heartstring Samplery, using the called for, most of it. And I have it on my project card. These are available in my Etsy shop. I have 2/3/24 for my start date. I'm going to change that to 2/18/25. This is when I originally kitted it, and I was going to start it, and then I didn't. So yeah, it took me almost a year from kitting to starting. So, you know, I don't think Kara and I have set any hard and fast rules. We're just stitching it. So if you would like to join us, there is no hashtag. We're just, you know, two friends stitching a stitch. And yeah, we're having fun, because after all, that's what it should be. All right. Sorry, I'm unloading my basket. Oh, I only have 3 things. That's how bad it is. All right, so before I was smacked with the flu, I spun my wheel and and it landed on Live on Little. Now, Live on Little is something I started at StitchCon in 2023. I haven't touched it in a year and a half. So I'm doing this on 36 count sand dollar by Stitch Me with the called for colors. Well, I'm pretending I'm doing it on 36 count sand dollar by Stitch Me, because, you know, I spun my wheel and then so here, let me get the cover out. I love this chart, don't get me wrong. It's huge. Okay? And I started up in this corner. All right, so did not get a whole lot done. My motivation went out the window. I'm going to stop whining. Here are my threads. I love the colors. I love those blues. Look at those blues. What is this? This is 924. I just love, anyway. So it's a combination of Weeks Dye Works, Classic Colorworks, and DMC. Now, I was like, oh, I'll work on the border. Oh, I'll work on the letters. Oh, I'm not going to work on nothing. That's how far I am. I'm pleased with what I've gotten done, don't get me wrong. Can you hear the cat? Just being so weird. So weird. I have the weirdest cat in the world. I keep this in my Kentucky bag. Someone asked me about that, about making one, and I could not find that fabric anymore. I had ordered it from Etsy. So my family's from Louisville. That's why I made it. All right, the last one I worked on, I did spin the wheel the 3rd week of February. The last one I worked on is the Equality Sampler by Plum Street. I started this on August 15th, 2023. It's on 36 count vintage homespun by R&R using the called for DMC and WIPS die works. Excuse me. This is one of her Rhode Island sampler series, Rhode Island style. Started up in this corner. The letters are all over 1. I don't mind over 1. The first over 1 I did was on Hands Across the Sea, and I only did 10 stitch, which is half a cross stitch if you're unfamiliar. This time I did full crosses. So here's my threads. It takes a lot of 3371, so that's what this is. This is on a floss drop from Chantel 141. They don't smell like burnt wood anymore. So there's my threads. Showed you the chart. And again, I didn't get a whole lot done because I just couldn't concentrate. So here we go. I got the letters done. I don't know if I had them done before. I got that little bitty border thing done underneath the words, and I got that berry vine at the end of the words done. And that was about it. I'm trying to use, because of the over 1, I needed some parts of it that would be used as an anchor to count off of. So, yeah. But yeah, those are all over 1. I even had to go back and fix one. I had made it a little too short. And when I fixed it, I made it a little too tall. I don't care. If the stitch police want to come and critique my stitches, the stitch police have too much time on their hands. All right, so that's it. I have not kept up with my Boss Me board. I'll show you that. Boss Me is the same as WIPGO. It's for the Boston, Maine Stitchers. 2 needles pulling thread, Kathy and Missy. Hi guys. And Boss Stitchers from Boston, Kathy and Jane. Hi ladies. And I'm not going to go into a lot of details because you can go to Jessie Marie Does Stuff and find out about WIPGO, and it's the same thing. I have not touched my other February pull. You can see I have 2 WIPs, so I basically pick and choose. My grandiose plan had been to work some time on each one and then spin the wheel. Yeah, that didn't happen. My March pulls have been made. We're doing 3 blocks this time. So Barn Owl or Village of Hawk Run Hollow, Rose Hill Farm by Stacy Nash, or Stitcher's Garden. Type of Crystal, that was February. Faith of the Heart by Brenda Gervais, or American Sampler. Now, that might get touched because American Sampler is my February 23rd wheel spin. So, I don't know. I've already fallen off the wagon, and honestly, I'm okay with that. I don't know. I put myself under a lot of pressure with things like this, and I know I shouldn't. But that's just me. So future plans are just to stitch and get some things accomplished and try to get some of my pieces closer to finishes. Like I said, I have very few smalls, and I'm always gravitating toward the big ones. In fact, I'm toying with the idea of starting the from Reflet de Soie Gilles Leger, and I have this urge to do it on a brown. Now, I don't know if that's going to work because I know that I'm not doing the Soie d'Alger, but I think one of the colors in this chart is 221, which is that deep red. I'd have to toy with that, but I have this to do it on a darker fabric. It's so odd to say that, you know, because remember the days when we had white and cream and light blue. And it was all crunchy. And yes, my cat's being weird. She's right there off camera. Some days she'll just fall asleep and sleep all day. You gonna come say hi? She smells something. I don't know what it is. And some days she's just Little Miss Nervous Nelly. Wait. Come here. Here she comes. Say hi, peoples. I am Lana. Come here. No. Yes, there you are. Show them your beautiful face. Yes. Oh, so cool. All right. All right. So, yeah, that's my plans. Get some bags made, work on some stitches, decide if I'm going to keep these charts or what I'm going to do. I haven't decided. I've tried to sell them in a stash unload. That hasn't been too successful. So, yeah. I don't know. Too many things to do in life, right? All right. So, let's talk about acquisitions. My friend Kara, hi Kara, the birthday girl, went to the retreat at Barefoot Needle Arts. I'm so jealous one of these days. And she purchased for me Sweethearts by a Gardener's Needle. She knows I love cardinals. So that's on the list to do, and maybe I'll hang it in our bedroom over our bed. I love cardinals. They're red. Red's my favorite. So it's all DMC. This was stitched on 40 count Spellbound by Under the Sea Fabrics. 1/2. There's only a few back stitches around the eyes. So that's pretty cute because if those are blueberries, I'd probably let him have the blueberry. I eat blueberries. They're just not my favorite. Don't ask. I was a weird child, but I also had an older brother who would tease me. He told me tomatoes were poisonous because the seeds floated. That's how traumatized I was as a child. Another viewer named Dawn, hi Dawn, sent me a 2025 Peanuts calendar. If you have been here before, you know how much I love peanuts. So I cannot wait. I told my husband we're going to have to start using this one. So, yes. There's all the pictures. I love them. There's Halloween. Yay! And, of course, the psychiatrist booth. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. I cannot wait. All right. If I've missed anything that someone sent, please, I apologize. I apologize. It's just been crazy. All right, so I was asked to be a fabric ambassador by Grace Notes. So each month I get a piece of fabric. Oh, they sent me a little Valentine. Isn't that cute? Oh, it has a, I don't know if that's a tattoo or a sticker. Maybe a sticker. So anyway, this month is, I get a fat quarter, 36 count. This is ginger. Sort of a goldy. Can you see it? Yeah. So yes, I love their fabrics. They're very, they're firm but soft. They're not stiff and crunchy, but they have some body to it, and I like that. So thank you, Corinne. I appreciate this. I will put their address down below. They also have a Flosstube, and they have a retreat. If you are in the Allentown, Pennsylvania area, they have a retreat. It's usually in August, and it's wonderful. It's a small retreat, like 150, 175 people. But it's really wonderful. I went last year for the first time, and it's great. It's great. And the hotel's wonderful, and there's, restaurants nearby, or I'm sure you could, I don't know if you can DoorDash it, but yeah. Great. Okay, what else? I was on the stash unload and I got, this is Threadwork Primitives. I was just intrigued by the flag. So, land that I love. That's not going to be that hard. There's that. And yeah, I'm culling charts and I'm buying more. This is one I have been looking for, and it came up and I was like, okay, I'm grabbing it. This is Lady Liberty by Brenda Gervais. Yeah, there I go. My history teacher nerd. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Now, the model is stitched on sterling linen by Picture This Plus. I don't know if I'd use that because her skirt ghosts out. So maybe that's just the picture. I know the picture when you photograph, the flash tends to wash everything out. But I'd have to play with that idea. And I would probably just pull, the called for threads are Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Arts and Classic Colorworks. Oh, there's some Valdani in there. I'd probably just pull some color and cotton, a red, a blue, a white, a couple of greens, the gray. That wouldn't be that hard. So that's on my list of things to do between 2 and 4 in the morning. In fact, I have a piece of 56 count gray by Zweigart. Maybe this will be my 56 count experiment. Y'all can visit me in my rubber room. All right, so before we go any further, I want to see, because you know me, I do things and then I forget to write them down. Then I forget what I'm doing. So a couple of videos ago, in fact, video 54, this is video 60, I think. I had done a share for this project bag. And the receiver of the share never contacted me. So I did it again. And again, the receiver of the share never contacted me. So I went all the way back to episode 54 and I got all the names in the I put the thing in the magical picker and the keyword was orange. So I redid this one. And then I also had a share when I find it. There we go. Here it is. For an extra copy of Harvest Moon. And I failed to draw at the last video I did, so I said I would draw for this video. And the keyword in this was moon. Now, if you, I don't comment on your comment, all right? When you watch this video and I announce if you are the receiver of the share, all right, you need to email me using the email address disorderlystitcher@gmail.com. And it's down below in the description box. Using the iPad, the video will load before I get into this description box. So you got to give me a little bit. But you must email me. You must be over 18 so that I can legally ask for your address. Using the email address disorderlystitcher@gmail.com. And in the subject box of that email, if you're drawn to receive this, put moon share or put something in there that's going to tell me that's what this email is about. If you are drawn to receive this, put something that would describe this, pumpkin bag share or something like that. I check the spam and I go through all my email. And if I don't see it, I apologize. But I can't send something that people don't claim. So I'm not sure what's up. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to do my best to take these pictures and edit them into the video. I'm still figuring that out because I'm slow. I did remember to do the draws. Here we go. All right, so the receiver of the bag. All right, the receiver of the bag is Kathy Wiley at Kathy Wiley 8130. So Kathy. Is it Kathy? Maybe Kath? I'm going to assume it's Kathy. Kath, if this is you, please email me. disorderlystitcher@gmail.com. Put something that references the bag in the subject bar. Give me your full address, and I will mail that out ASAP. All right? Because I want someone to enjoy this. Okay, second one. Hello. Harvest Moon. The receiver of the share. Keith and Susan Stone 2777. Keith and Susan Stone, yes. So if this is you, please email me, disorderlystitcher@gmail.com. Reference the chart in the subject bar, and I will get it out to you ASAP. I am so sorry to sound like a teacher. And, you know, specifically stating the instructions, but I don't know what else to do. I don't. Okay? So, should we have a share this week? Why not? Hang on. I'm going to slide over to my box, and I'm going to pull something out because I can. La 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 la. La 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 la. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. I would lose in a wheelchair race. Not a problem. Okay, so this week's share is Party Like It's 1776 by Jordan Nickel. I love that chart. I'm probably just never going to stitch it. This was, you know, the FOMO thing at StitchCon a couple years ago. So, yes. Party Like It's 1776. If you are interested in receiving this share, use the word party, P-A-R-T-Y, in your comment. And I will draw it the next video. All right. Putting that up there so I don't lose it. So that's it. Yeah, I know I said it was going to be short, and I managed to talk for 43 minutes. So I hope you are all well. Enjoy your stitching. Please take care of yourselves. If it is getting warmer where you are, enjoy it. I thought I heard a robin in the yard this morning. I could be wrong. But I consider it to be spring in my little neck of the woods when I start seeing robins in the yard. And they haven't found me yet. So, take care of yourself. Stitch what you love. And love what you stitch. All right. Bye-bye.